We are here with Trash Panda. This is Anthony Prince with Funkadelic Threads. So, Trash Panda just dropped their first full-length LP called Starclimber. Yeah, snaps to that. Good stuff. Awesome. So, we've been seeing some success on that record with lots of good hits on there. Would you mind maybe opening up on like what the overall theme of this record is, or I see that there's a lot of influence from maybe some love life influence, definitely some political fury in there, and I mean anything else further than that?
No. It's just it's about climbing the stars, you know, like thinking further and deeper than just the shallow consensus of society that seems to be attached to their phones and wandering aimlessly through life. It's think deeper, look deeper, continue to search eternally.
Nice.
Yeah,
You can definitely see that.
I agree with that. I think it's like, I think it's just like, I think the record's a reflection of where we were at the time when we made it.
Nice.
Still kind of looking for what we wanted to sound like.
It really was searching for our sound.
Yeah, totally honed in.
Trying to crystallize it. And it's not, we're not even done yet. We're still,
It's all over the place.
It's all over the place, but we're still trying to figure it out. Elements of rock and Seizure, heavy metal. And,
yeah, Seija's like brought out the punk side of my
a
youth.
little punk.
That was great.
Punk.
Only downside for me was like, oh man, a minute and a half.
A minute.
Oh dang.
That's why we keep you coming back. But it's like speak slow, chill stuff, Atlanta Girls pop, rock. Just got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, awesome.
Weird intros, outros, hidden messages throughout.
So I could ask about the intro and outro. So
Yeah.
cannot pronounce the first or last song on the record.
Oh yeah. That's Genesee and Ataraxia.
Genesee and Ataraxia.
Beginning and end.
So just the beginning and then like the bliss, like this bliss at the end. Like
I see.
That's
Definitely
the-
does
It's the
feel
Greek
that way.
spelling of each word, so you can't really see.
yeah, we thought it'd be a big. It's kind of a pain in the ass to use the Greek characters.
Yeah, Google didn't help me
Really-
figure that out very
Really
well.
pretentious too.
It's like you have to know like what language you're translating it to.
Yeah.
Word. I don't know.
But so those tracks were really fun.
Yeah.
Those were like, me and Max just sat down with Max had some crazy spacey pedals, and I was using just like
The crazy vocoder thing.
yeah, crazy vocoder app on the iPad,
Nice.
and we just made both those tracks in like 20 minutes.
Nice.
And we just got in the zone. We got in a really quiet space, and it was like this, just like dead silence.
Yeah, you definitely
And
feel
then the
that.
sound just kind of came up from there. Yeah. He started with that. Oh man. And then Max was wailing that guitar solo
Yes.
on the intro. That's Max just wailing.
I could honestly just like loop that first song.
Oh man.
Like just leave it there and stay in that headspace. Maybe a potential side project there.
Yeah, I came back from a run. I was like, "What did you guys do?"
Yeah.
And I was listening to Manly P. Hall on a run again for the ending. I was like, "Dude, this one version fits so cool in this," and it lined right up. It's crazy. So it's just talking about how the universe works and how our galaxy is just part of a greater galaxy, part of a greater galaxy, part of a bigger circle of
Is
What's
that the
fun about
dialogue?
that is that hearing him talk about that in the first half of the 20th century, and now for us in the first half of the 21st century, to still be
True.
dreaming out, and we've made it a lot further, and at the same time we haven't made it that much further at all
Yeah.
out, and there's so much further to go as a human species. Will we do it? Will we make it, or will we destroy ourselves? That's the question of our generation.
Will we live in a dream or will we live to our dreams?
Will augmented reality take over our lives and we won't know it's real anymore, or what's
Black Mirror right there.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's
Definitely. Will we learn? Yeah.
terrifying.
Will we learn to live with the earth? And will we learn simultaneously to live with the earth and get off it? What are we gonna do? As a human species, and it's fun. It's fun as a little human to think about those things, and it's fun that also it's not my responsibility if we make it or not. It's not your responsibility either, but each of us has the responsibility to just do our own little our own little inner start climbing journey. Each of us has our own responsibility to kind of discover, what we're made of deeper and deeper until we can kind of integrate. That's not an easy thing to do either.
No.
And doing music for a living makes that really hard. Doing music for a living is all about the ego, and it's like makes it rough.
It makes it kind of conflicting to like, hey, look at me, but you're also kind of destroyed inside, realizing, well, there's all this to look at over there.
Yeah.
Around the rest of the world, yeah.
It's just 1,000 pitfalls there mentally, so it's good to like kind of step in and out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this album is just kind of like, just kind of a clusterfuck representation of where we were at the time we made it.
Yeah, because the song's kind of spanned, to my knowledge, of like over the last 2 or maybe 3 years of creation.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
That's only like
About a year and a half, 2 years.
writing those songs was only like 3-4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Now the period of time those songs described is a big period of time.
Yeah,
Like
it's a
they
lot.
describe all kinds of different things. But we didn't write them. It didn't take very long to write them.
There was some we wrote
flesh out the album.
while we were when we had started recording the album.
Mm-hmm. We started writing as we recorded it, kind of just like, I don't know, it just made sense because we were so close to our studio, we could just pop downstairs and be like, oh, let's do this part.
Nice. That's an awesome convenience.
Throw it down. I took a week off work and just did all the drums for it in like 4 days and
No way.
knocked it all out in maybe like 2-3 days.
We were actually sitting on the album for like 8 or 9 months before we released it.
Wow.
So it was just kind of done
That's a
sitting
lot
there.
of patience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we finished it.
Patience or not, I don't know what it was. It was waiting for the right situation. There was a lot we had to iron out
Yeah.
before we could drop it.
Figure out business and get all that stupid crap out.
Conflictual ego stuff
Yeah.
related to the music industry.
Well,
right?
it's like we got that little initial push off the EP and people loved it and were interested in it, and it's like, how do we capitalize on that? How do you make maybe a living off of something that we love doing? And so it's like, how do we, maybe I think on my part I might have thought about it too much. Business is kind of what I do, but you also got to think about what makes you happy and what's fun. And if you take too much business and you try to apply it to the music too much, then it kind of gets in the way of the whole, and the underlying,
The point of doing
the
it.
point of doing it in the
Yeah.
first place. We started it because we had fun. Me and Patrick sat in the basement and just fucked around and had fun, and it was great. And that was the
You
start
guys
of
had fun on this record too, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was great.
Definitely.
It was great,
Definitely.
but it's just gotten to the point where it's like, all right, what do we do now?
So what are your favorite songs on the record? Do you each maybe have
Oh yeah,
your
mine's
choices?
Seizure for me.
So, minute and a half,
Yep.
sex is just a handshake.
I was
Is
laying in
that
the hammock. I had just eaten. It was like in the morning time, and I'd eaten like a handful of mushrooms, and I was just like laying in this hammock. And I think Patrick had come up with the riff, or Max had come up with the bass line or something. Like it was like.
I think it was Patrick came up with that like chunky.
Yeah, chunky. It was just like it wasn't even that. It was just like a
Riff.
chunky. We were just screwing around in the living room, and that morning I just go lay in the hammock tripping, and all I could hear was. And then I was like, sex is just a handshake. And in my tripping mind, that made so much sense because sex is a form of a handshake. It's like,
This is true.
an intimate handshake. It's not just like
Two private parts.
it's private part shake.
How do you do?
How does the handshake correlate to cake?
That I don't know. That just got.
It just.
They rhyme.
That song is not meant to be. Not meant
That's
to be
surface.
read.
That's surface level.
It is.
That's our most Limp Bizkit song.
Yeah, it's not. It's not a great carrier of some profound.
No,
message.
it's just one of those grungy,
You
makes you
gotta
want to
have
bang
it.
your head.
I mean, when I got home, Mitch was laying in the hammock. I just pulled up in the driveway, and Mitch is back there giggling his ass off. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, in his hammock, and he goes like, sex is just a handshake.
And I giggled and laughed.
Yeah,
That's
It's like,
amazing.
you're like, okay, you're crazy.
no. And then, and I think you were like, you were like, yeah.
Nice. That's kind of profound, personally, but
Yeah.
Max, how about yourself? What's your favorite song on the record?
Oh man. Between Speak Slow or Upside Down Beach.
Nice.
And it's mainly because I think Upside Down Beach. It's because it has nothing to do with what it is on the album. I like the recording, but playing it live can go like really, really well, or really, really terribly.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that there's like a risk of fucking it up. Just because there are times when I feel like I'm just like, oh, I don't feel it at all, and then other times when I do feel it, it's really gratifying and good. When
It's kind of like
a
jazz.
Good, yeah, it's, when it's
really
a good run
kind of-
through of it.
You know, the fuck up can really lead to something else.
Yeah.
And just roll with the punches.
Oh yeah.
What is that song about, by the way? Because the narrative of the rest of the record, it's kind of there, but Upside Down Beach, Black
Yeah.
Diamonds.
That's another trip.
That was another adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Mitch and I in the winter time. It was snowing.
After it snowed and it was
And
iced.
We we ate a bunch of mushrooms, walked to the lake, and we stared into the sky, and
Transported.
Was it at night?
yeah, it was at night. Yeah.
Be
And-
concerned if you're seeing black in the sky in the daytime.
Middle of the night.
Stayed in the sun too long.
You know, like, alright, so like, yeah, it was winter, so Orion was out, Venus was up, and the moon was rising. And so it was like, boom, moon, Venus, and then Orion. And the Upside Down Beach was just another funny phrase we were kind of giggling about profoundly, you know, thinking about how the Earth is, you know, like I think Carl Sagan called the Earth like the beach of this cosmic ocean. And so
Interesting.
the Earth is just like a small beach, some little small lagoon in a beach on the cosmic ocean, and we don't even know what we're gonna find in the cosmic ocean. And so that's where it fits into the record.
Wow.
Yeah. And upside down, just because space, there's no orientation. It's just up is down, down is up, left is right. You know, there's nothing really. We kind of give space its direction, but really there's no direction. So upside down beach just kind of made sense.
Wow. That is quite an expansive mindset on the record overall. Beginning to understand the star climbing essence a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in there. It's not overt though. Like it's funny because when you read the write up about the record, I'm like, when I read it, I'm like the things we wrote about the record, I'm like, this doesn't express that. And then sometimes I feel like it does at the same time. It's just funny like that. I don't know, when you make something, like anything you make is gonna be like microcosmic. And so anything you make is gonna like have a reflection of you in it, and it's gonna have a reflection of, you know, you in the sense that you are of the human species, and it's gonna have, you know, a reflection of the fact that the human species is of the planet Earth, you know, around this particular star. And so you could really make that argument that any piece of art made is kind of this, has that imprint on it. And so when I look at it sometimes I'm like, this doesn't really express that, but it is the mindset we're coming from on the record. So when we made it, that's the mindset we're coming from, even if it's not overt in the songs. So Upside Down Beach is the one that's probably most overt on.
Word.
I think my favorite song though is like Heartbreak Pulsar, or I think Heartbreak Pulsar is probably my favorite. It's just that groovy riff that Max wrote, man. Groovy.
It's pretty funky. It's got it's a nice soul influence in there.
Yes, it is. It's just lovely.
Nice. I didn't know Max wrote that.
It's just the guitar bit.
I see you guys switch guitar and bass a little bit at the live shows.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
We're writing some more that way right now. It's going slowly, but we're doing it. We're gonna have some more coming. It's
Nice.
like flipped. It's
Yeah.
a lot of fun to flip.
Word.
On the flip.
Get my guitar chops back. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Crushing back. It's bullshit.
We don't want.
They never left. So safe.
Are there any other things you might want people to know that's not overtly stated in the record about the record, by chance? Like anything you hope people could take away?
Go on Spotify and look up Manly P. Hall and listen to
P.
him.
Hall.
Another thing I would say about the record is release things you're massively insecure about, because we're massively insecure about this record. Just
Yeah.
let it go of it anyway, because you might be surprised that people like Mr. Rhymes.
Yeah. So we wanted to go over it 3 times, like, let's remaster it, let's do it again.
Yeah.
You know, we could do this, we could record this song over again, I could do my vocals over again. It's like,
We didn't do that, but we wanted to.
we wanted to.
We're
Yeah.
just like, God, this is so flawed, and
There's so
then
much we could do better. It's
we
like,
decided we should just leave it flawed.
because you can always do better. You're always going to be like, oh, now we got new gear, we can make this sound so much better. And that's going to be a never-ending thing. You're always going to have that feeling that you can do better and that anxiety, and you just got to cut it, let it go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's hard as an artist to figure out when the stopping point is.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
When
Really,
you should
when
stop
it's
adding
like
sounds, when you should stop mixing it, when you should stop mastering it, you know, just let it go.
Excellent sound advice. Well, fellas, I think that's kind of wrapping up everything that we could cover in the span of time here. Appreciate you guys being very cooperative.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
And no tears were shed and no anger, no
Thanks,
no
man.
flying fury fists.
That's
Yes,
probably the best one we've ever done.